Hey there, if you have been paying attention to our TikToks this week or listened to our podcast episode, you will have gotten to know the Timms family. Carrie and Brady Timms had a son, and when he was just a few weeks old, he was having some symptoms. So they were really worried and wanted to know what the symptoms were. So they brought him to the doctor, and they even tried the hospital. Unfortunately, their medical providers ended up calling an abuse report in on them. Their son was removed from them, and they were criminally charged for physical abuse. Despite the fact that the only evidence of abuse was the very symptoms they were trying to figure out from the get-go. They have since figured out a diagnosis for their son. He has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, hypermobility. And guess what? Carrie has it too. And guess what? It's genetic. A lot of the moms that we have talked to who have had their children removed for things that were explained by medical diagnosis actually do have EDS. HEDS is hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And almost all of them, when they first found out about it, thought, that's so weird. I've had this my whole life, and I just thought I was accident prone. In fact, someone posted on one of my TikToks today, and she said, oh, I have EDS, but I don't have fragile bones, and then proceeded to tell about breaking her bones 6 times in like a couple year period. We're like, that isn't normal, right? You clearly have brittle bones, which could probably be explained by her HEDS. And then she told us how her mom did get CPS called on her as well because they thought she was abusing her for all of the broken bones. It just goes to show that a lot of people might be walking around with EDS and not even know it. These moms wouldn't have known it themselves if they weren't trying to find out what was going on with their kids. Because when someone says you've abused your kids and you haven't, you're going to look for whatever it is that's causing this. The wild thing is that not only has this given them the answers for their children, but a lot of them are like, oh my gosh, I have this too, which explains a lot since this is a genetic condition. If you have learned anything this week, I hope you have learned more about what EDS is and what some of the symptoms are for it. There are a lot of things that you can do to help. If you go to fosteringthefuturepodcast.org, you can click the Georgia Crisis button and go to their podcast page, and there'll be a list of things you can do to help. I also posted a TikTok showing you how to get to their GoFundMe page. This is a financial burden that they do not deserve, but we need to be able to make sure that they can pay for the experts that are specialists in the field of these conditions to be able to travel and get to the court hearings that will be required. If you're able to do that, that would be amazing, and I'm sure the family would greatly appreciate it. If you're not able to donate financially, there's information on the page about people that you can email that would definitely help maybe put some pressure on to help get these charges dropped.